Hey, Jim, welcome back.
Welcome back, Mike.
How was your week?
Week went well.
Week went well.
I was a little busy. My Carl Richards, he's not doing anything. I was helping my neighbor get her truck ready to sell. So I was doing
nice.
Yeah.
So Carl Richards is coming off the ground.
Yeah, and I
Great.
jump started a friend of mine yesterday. His battery was dead. So Carl Richards, he's not doing anything.
Any comments or anything from last week? Did we hear anything?
Well, I got a little feedback here. First of all, we did mention the field trips. One, we said we're to the national parks, and I just happened to get an email on my personal email from field trips and free educational resources for teachers from Washington Crossing State Park.
Wow.
And it looks like a great website. So if I don't know if they heard the show.
They might have been listening.
Right.
Shout out to the National Parks
National Parks,
whatever.
Or maybe maybe someone told them to call. But it looks really good. So I would say for teaching, check it out.
How's our subscriptions going?
Subscriptions, we're getting up there. Instagram, let me check real quick. 76,283. We're doing well.
I got to give a shout out. Last week we got a comment. Somebody watched our video on YouTube and left a great comment.
Okay.
Said two dorks.
Yeah, great.
Great.
That's what we're looking for.
Thank you for leaving that comment. Keep watching.
Keep watching.
And there's more dorks to come.
That's right. Keep listening.
Keep listening too.
Okay.
Any other?
I'm sorry. We also have to give a special shout out to Kenny Chesney.
Really?
We didn't realize he was actually part of our field trip last week.
Oh, he was.
Could you explain that, Mike, how that works?
Listen, unbeknownst to myself or Jim,
me.
When we were shooting some video, Kenny Chesney was playing in the background. So you have to acknowledge, for future podcasters out there, you have to acknowledge or give credit to any music being played in the background. So shout out to YouTube and Spotify for letting us know that we have to acknowledge Kenny Chesney next time.
So thanks, Kenny. We didn't mean to leave you out. Side note, I did see Kenny Chesney in concert. Great concert. Great guy. I mean, really connected with the audience.
Yeah.
He's out in Lake Tahoe.
Okay.
And he was supposed to be there, and it was COVID. I think he had to cancel because of COVID.
All right.
So I actually went to the makeup concert, I guess. Like he said, I'll come back, and he came back. Great venue out there in Lake Tahoe. Okay. Right behind Harvey's Hotel and Casino.
All right.
It's in the parking lot. They set up stage jumbotrons. Only about 1,000 people.
Wow.
And the concert started like 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Venue.
Oh, it was awesome.
Fantastic.
It was awesome. Great performer.
Well, you may notice we're wearing some of our Eagle attire, EAGLES.
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles. We thought, what better way to kick off the NFL season, but with kind of like a little tribute to the Eagles. And talking about Lake Tahoe.
Tahoe.
Yeah. And the Kelsey brothers. We found a beer. Been waiting to try this beer. It's called Garage. I believe the Kelsey brothers are involved with the Garage name. So we found Garage beer. Haven't tried it. Have you tried it?
No, I haven't.
All right. So this is a shout out to the Kelsey brothers.
Yeah.
A beer called Garage. This is Garage Light beer. 4% alcohol, 95 calories.
95 calories.
And 3 carbs.
Yeah. Got to watch. Watch your waistline there.
Let's give it a shot.
All right. Here we go. Oh, sounds fresh. Wow. Nice job. Oof. All right. That's good.
It's good light beer.
Mm-hmm.
If you like a light beer, this is.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. Not too heavy. Good for the summer. Or tailgating or.
Oh, yeah. Good for that. And the Eagles season, get yourself a. This actually came in a 15-pack.
15?
A 15-pack. Kind of unusual.
Never heard that.
But great for tailgating. Great for the Eagles season. Shout out to the Eagles. Great win in Brazil against Green Bay.
Yeah, great game.
I'm kind of missing the Kelsey brothers.
Yeah.
Well, missing Jason.
Yeah.
Travis is everywhere.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Well, Jason's on some commercials.
Well, no.
He's on the Wild Wings, and he was on the pregame show the other night.
His debut.
Yeah.
Something about they lost his luggage.
I was going to say, the clothes he was wearing didn't look like they fit. Like somebody's not dressing that guy right.
Something about losing his luggage, and then he had nothing to wear. I don't know. He went to.
It looked a little, it wasn't his size.
Wasn't his style either. Anyhow,
great guys though.
Yeah, have you ever met them?
Yes, I have.
You have.
Yes, I have. I'm sure a lot of people. Jason Kelsey, he played in the saw him this year at the golf tournament out in we go to Lake Tahoe, and they have a celebrity golf tournament
Wow.
there. So you see a lot of
A lot of
celebrities.
celebrities.
So this was the first year he played. Travis has played a couple times.
Okay.
So he was coming down to one fairway, and I was like, "Oh!" So I was like, as he was coming off, we were trying to yell something that was like local. So he has a place at the Jersey Shore.
Okay.
Do you think it'd be all right to say that? Where
Sure.
it's in Seattle City.
All
if
right,
you go to
all right.
Seattle, you know.
Yeah. I think I've seen it.
He's like the
Doesn't
mayor.
he do like a
Fundraiser.
benefit?
Big.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
packed.
it's hacked. Okay.
So anyway, that's what I yelled out. He walked by. I'm like, "Yo, Seattle City in the house," and he looked like, "Whoa, hey man, what's up?" Yeah. So I said, "We're from Philly, for the Eagles fans and all." So he was cool.
Okay.
And he won the, as you pointed out, the long drive contest.
Long drive. I did see
Long
that.
drive.
I saw that he won the long drive.
Yeah.
Kind of exciting to be there while that happened.
Yeah. I did see it, but I was surprised because there's some good
Okay.
golfers
Yeah,
there.
okay.
Some really good golfers. But you got to be careful while you're there because
Really,
golf balls flying everywhere. Everywhere.
I heard that Travis
Oh, right. You said
Might
Travis
have-
did.
hit somebody.
I guess so. He wasn't there the day we were there. We
Okay.
went the first 2 practice
All
days,
right.
and he wasn't there. I think he
Okay.
was in Brazil with,
All right. But you got to be
with
careful.
Taylor. Oh, yeah, you got to watch it. We were there. Barkley hit somebody on the fly, and it wasn't that bad a shot. I mean, you're allowed real close to the green.
Okay.
So he hit this girl, and then was real nice. They brought her out on the green. He signed stuff for her, and she was like, "I'm from Chicago. I just was here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
not a
nah."
Philly fan.
No, and then my friend, she got hit too.
Really?
One got hit, and it was
She okay?
yeah, she was all right. She only got hit in the ankle. The other girl got hit right in the chest.
Wow.
Like on the fly. Yeah, so
So
I
you
didn't
got to be
see.
careful.
Yeah, the only good thing is you get to meet them. They'll sign stuff for you and like that. But Travis, I heard he hit somebody, but believe me, it wasn't the only one. They're
No, it
they are
happens, huh?
flying
All right,
everywhere.
That's exciting.
Exciting. So I met him, and then we actually met Travis Kelsey once in a restaurant bar.
Okay.
It was afterwards, and it was like this little restaurant bar. And some of the players, they said, will come in,
Okay.
after the tournament. So we were sitting there, and my friend was like, "Oh, is that Travis Kelsey?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's him." She's like, "Oh my gosh, that'd be great if we could meet him."
Right.
So, I was a couple in. So I was like, I'll go up and talk to him. I'll go up and ask him. So I went up, real nice guy. I said, "Hey, Travis, can you come over? Just want to get a picture with you if you don't mind." He's like, "Yeah, I'll be over in a couple minutes." I'm like, "All right, that's cool." So I went back to the table, and they're like, "What's going on?" I go, "He's coming over." And they were like, "What?" I go, "He's coming over."
Pretty cool. That's
Really cool. Came over, he asked our name, where we're from. Like, couldn't be nicer.
That's
He's a crowd
That's
favorite.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
And
yeah,
Jason
yeah.
was big crowd favorite
I'm
this year.
sure. Yeah.
Big crowd
that's-
favorite.
they're
Barkley,
good guys.
big crowd
Yeah,
favorite.
there's Philly guys.
Yeah, people love him.
People love them. All right, so garage
Yeah.
beer. Thought it was a pretty good beer.
Yeah.
Let's get to today's topic. Today's
Mhm.
topic, and teachers, you may be preparing for this
Yeah.
right now. You might have had it already.
Right. Some go quick.
Some go quick. Open house or that back to school
Back
night
to school night.
where parents stop in and
Mm.
you prepare.
I don't prepare that.
You don't
long.
prepare that much?
No. Middle school, 7 minutes.
So, Jim, I was able to look up. I just looked up some ideas. These aren't necessarily like top 10 or anything like that, but I was able to find some tips for teachers for back to school night open house.
Cool.
So let's go through the list.
Yeah.
Maybe something.
Some will
sounds
jump
familiar.
out, yeah.
Something jump out. Teachers at home, if this helps,
Right.
jot them down. Who knows?
Yeah.
If you have a comment, you want to leave the comment.
Yeah.
Please leave a comment. Oh, forgot
Oh.
to say it, Jim.
Where did they leave a comment?
You can leave a comment at the bottom of either YouTube or
Oh.
on Spotify.
Oh, okay.
Don't forget to like our page,
Like our page.
subscribe, and
And
share.
share.
Yeah, please. Let's do this. Here we go.
Okay.
Back to school. First thing, post student work.
Got to do it.
Got to do it.
Got to do it,
And
man.
listen,
Got to do
don't forget to post
it.
everyone's work. So little Johnny's mom comes in and
Ugh.
says, "I can't find any work from little Johnny." Make sure you post, because that could be
Oh,
you could be in trouble.
for the rest of the year.
With little
At least
Johnny.
till Christmas.
Until Christmas. You're right. All right. So post student
Post the
work.
work.
That's a good
They
tip.
love it.
This one I'm not really sure about, but you could play a guessing game with the parents.
Mm.
Maybe questions about students, questions about the classroom. Good way to get to know you know, the routine of the classroom. Maybe get to know your own child. Maybe help teachers get to know
Yeah,
the
know your
children.
child. Yes.
Yeah. I used to do a great thing,
Mhm.
or a neat thing, not a great thing, but a neat thing. This is an idea. We used to have the students lie down and trace their bodies
Ooh.
on pieces of paper,
Butcher paper.
butcher paper, and then I would have them draw themselves. And then we would take their bodies and attach them to their desk, and parents would come in and I'd say, parents, find your child's desk by their drawing. Now, of course, this was when I taught elementary school, so it was either my fourth grade class or my LSID class. But that can be quite challenging. Parents would walk around and say, oh, I think I found little Johnny's, but that turned out to be little Sally's desk. So parents would be mesmerized by trying to find who drew who.
Right. Self-portrait.
Self-portrait. It can be entertaining.
Uh-huh.
It's a fun activity for your students to do.
Probably love it.
They love it.
Sometimes
they love it, and parents they get a kick out of it. So an idea.
That's a good
Back to school night coming up. It's a great activity for your kids. Just make sure they have 2 eyes, 1 nose, 2 ears, and a mouth.
Yep.
Because
maybe a checklist.
Checklist. Yeah,
maybe a checklist.
All right, next one. Oh, this is a good one. Name cards for personal information. So you could lay like a card out on a table.
Oh, okay.
Parents would then write down some information about themselves, about their child.
Yeah.
Things that
that's good.
You may need to know, like maybe someone is allergic to bee stings.
Right. That's important. Yeah.
You know, maybe they
peanut allergy.
Peanut allergies. You know,
right.
Maybe, you know,
bee stings.
Bee stings. This could be important too. Like,
mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Now that we have smart boards, we have a smart board. You have a smart board.
Oh, I love the smart board.
A PowerPoint or a slideshow.
That's a good one. That's really good.
You know, parents love to see technology being used.
Yeah, digital camera.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, and they love to see little snapshots of Johnny and Sally and Mary and Joey
doing their thing.
And what better way but to have it on the smart board?
That's a good one. Like a collage. That's good.
That's pretty good. So this is like a 2-in-1 here. Students could write notes to their parents.
Yes. And then leave them in the desk.
Yeah. Or vice versa, parents can write notes to their children.
Yes.
Okay. I'd be honest. Make sure you spell check or proofread what little Johnny or Sally or Mary's writing. Okay. Parents don't want to read anything.
Well, maybe they need to work on spelling.
Well, maybe.
You know, there you go.
That could be, depending on your
That's what we're working on this year.
We don't.
That's what number 1, spelling.
Number 1, spelling.
Right. Do we still teach that? Do teachers still give spelling tests?
Sure.
They do?
Sure, I'm sure. They do. How about penmanship? We still do
that? No, I don't think we do penmanship. No, because you have the computers. I guess so.
All right, this is a good one here. Some teachers might have heard of this, but to encourage parents to back to school night, you could give your students homework passes.
Yep, free homework pass.
If their parent shows up.
Yep, parent or guardian shows up.
Have you ever?
That works. That would work great for math. Trust me.
Yeah, it would be great.
That's like gold.
I don't let your students blackmail you. That could happen.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yo, Mr. McHugh, I'm only going to do it if I get 3 homework passes.
Yeah, they try to up it.
They try to up
it. Up it. I'm
like,
all right, man.
No, 3, Mr. McHugh.
I need 3. Yeah.
And,
my mom, dad, my sister are coming.
Oh,
that's 3.
That's 3.
That's 3.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's how they'll get to 3, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
All right, this next one, I don't know about this one, but maybe you can set up a classroom cheer.
Cheer.
Something that you record ahead of time.
Oh, okay.
You play for the parents.
Okay.
All right. Listen, I'm a big Eagles fan. Always Eagles gear. Football Friday. Always a good one. Always had an Eagles corner or something set up. In my school, on Eagles Friday, my principal and I would have a tailgate Friday. We used to take students outside, principal would pull his car up, open the hatchback. We'd all
Mhm.
sit around. We'd give the students soft pretzels and bottles of water. We would do Eagles cheers. Okay. I even would roll out a 50-foot piece of paper,
Butcher paper.
in the hallway, and I would have classrooms come out and paint
Nice.
a sign that I would hang up. Give a shout out to Section 242,
242.
Veteran Stadium.
Yep. I used to
It
be
was in
700.
it was in the end zone.
Oh,
And
nice.
I would roll that 50-foot piece of paper across my section, and students would look.
Look for it.
And a field goal. If a field goal was
Ah.
kicked, we'd be right there. I got to tell
Wow.
you, we were mentioned quite a few times.
Wow. That's awesome.
We'd be mentioned on a broadcast once in a while. Once in a
Wow.
while, we'd be mentioned in the newspaper.
That's
I
awesome.
even have a portrait of Veteran Stadium with my sign hanging in it.
Really?
Yeah, so
Wow.
shout out to the students
Yeah.
of Abraham Lincoln
Right.
Elementary School.
Abraham Lincoln. And
Your
Eagles organization.
and the Eagles organization for letting me hang that sign. Every once in a while, someone in my section would be upset because
Yeah. There's always a
there's
biscuit head.
there's a sign that would be.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a great time.
Uh-huh.
Eagles always part of my classroom.
Yeah.
So on back to school night, we would always set up an Eagles cheer. I'd record the students.
That's cool.
That's a nice thing.
Yeah. Usually have like wear your Eagles jersey on
Yeah.
Friday.
Friday,
Yeah.
Eagles
Then
Friday.
you get the kid
It's
comes
an
with the,
excuse to wear jeans.
yeah. And then the kid comes with the Giants jersey.
Always something.
Yeah, it's like, yo, what's wrong with you? And then our custodian wear a Dallas jersey. I almost had to give him a beat down in the cafeteria.
Yeah, shout
I was
out.
like, what?
A couple years ago, I sent out a blast to the whole school,
Uh-huh.
and it happened to go out to students and staff.
uh-huh.
And I got a couple nasty grams back on my shout out that from students and parents who weren't Eagles fans.
Yeah.
So that's always but I love that stuff.
Yeah, get them
Wear-
all
wear-
riled
wear-
up.
Wear whatever.
Right.
Support your team.
It is, but you know,
It's school spirit.
Giants.
Okay. So that's a
Dallas.
cool thing to do. A classroom cheer.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one. Not to forget on back to school night
hmm
to help parents with homework hints.
Oh, homework hints. Oh boy.
So like, it's a great idea to tell parents how to help their students do their homework because that's trauma in some households.
That's tough.
It is.
That's a tough
It's-
hurdle.
It's a tough hurdle to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I go over that in mine.
You do.
What do you do, Mike?
No,
Oh,
of course I go over and I tell them this is the kind of homework you
Yeah.
have. If your child needs help, you're allowed to help. Of
Oh,
course.
yeah. Yeah.
But parents are sometimes confused. I
Yeah.
think in math.
Math, yeah.
Yeah.
Math's a tough one, man. So yeah, when we do back to school night, we got like 7 minutes. So I, because we rotate the classes.
Yeah.
So they come in, go over, what the kids need for class, what we use, textbook, and then I go over the homework, how we're doing homework. So with math, everybody knows you usually must get homework every night. So I go over that. So I start off with, I try to do most of the work in class because math is hard to do on your own if you get stuck.
Yeah.
So I go, and sometimes it's hard. The parents might have not had it in a while.
Correct.
So then I get the nods in the audience, right? And so that starts. So I said, typical night might be at 8 o'clock at night. You're just winding down. And your kid says, I have to do some math homework. And they can't get it. So you try helping them. And then they start yelling, that's not the way Mr. Richard does it. And you're yelling, that's the only way I know how to do it. Okay. People start yelling. People start crying. And then the nods pick up. I go, that's not what it's supposed to be. So I say, if they really get stuck, just write a note to me and we'll
that's
we'll
always.
work
I always
it
tell
out.
I definitely tell
Yeah.
parents don't get upset.
Yeah.
Tell your
Yeah.
children not to get upset.
Right.
Just write a note, and
Yeah.
we're understanding.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah,
remember.
don't spend 2 hours on one math problem.
I remember a video that went viral during COVID. There was a young girl. She was working on her computer, and her dad comes into the room and says, "You're failing every subject."
Wow.
And the father's like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Dad, I just can't do it. I'm having trouble with the work." And he's like, "But you're at home and you have a computer and you can look up all the answers." And she goes, "I am looking up all the answers and I'm still failing." So sometimes,
Yeah, I've had kids that Google up that you just type in the equation.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
can't you just do the problem instead
Yeah, I
of,
know.
you know? I mean,
It's a tough one.
it's a tough one. I've had parents, not parents, well, friends of mine, or people at school, a couple teachers at school have called me like 8 o'clock at night. Oh, sorry to bother you, but we're stuck on this problem. Can you help us do it? And I'm like, yeah, like take a picture of it, send
And
it
I like
over.
that's
So I don't mind. I
that's-
I
that
enjoy
could
that.
be that could
They're
be
like, yeah, we've been working
that
like
could
an
be
hour
a-
and a half on this. I'm
that
like,
could be
I don't
Paul
care.
Richard.
Carl Richards, he's not doing
He's not
anything.
doing anything.
Yeah, he's not doing anything.
He could help with homework.
Yeah, he's probably watching TV. Yeah. So I got a couple calls,
Alright.
and usually the problem was wrong. Like one of the numbers was wrong.
Yeah.
So that's why they couldn't
They
get it.
couldn't get it right.
So, you know, or the kids forgot to tell them the equation they're supposed to use. Like, do they have the equation? They're like, hold on. You know, Karen, do you have the equation? Mr. Ritter goes, oh, yeah. Sorry, Dad, I forgot about that. I go, makes it a lot easier to do the problem.
All right, we're almost done here.
Oh, okay.
We one of the hints here is no students at back to school night or open house.
Yeah, well,
No,
that's a tough one to get around.
one. You could tell
Yeah.
them a million
Times. Yeah.
Open house back
Yeah,
to school
school
are
night.
for parents only.
Parents only.
So please don't come tonight. And there they go. I'm here, Mr. McHugh. I'm here. Listen, you can't come in the room, I would
Yeah.
tell them.
Right. You have to wait in the hallway.
You gotta
I
wait
used
in
to
the
say, wait in the hallway.
This is for your
Right.
parents
Right. Just your parents or guardian.
and I don't know.
Well, your little sister can come in. She's in a stroller, so she'll have to come into the
I
room.
know.
Yeah.
It just,
But it's great. They, at least they
You
come.
know,
It's great.
there's a new thing now, and
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
heard
this is good.
just heard this last week. Our school was doing a family engagement night
Oh, there you go.
during open house.
That's good.
And they were encouraged to bring the whole family.
Oh,
I even think,
well,
and this is what gets them. I think they were providing refreshments.
oh, geez, that's a game changer right
So-
there. That's
You
That's
had
money.
You had refreshments.
oh
the
boy,
whole family's
everybody's showing up for that, man.
Listen, look,
It's
I'm
great
all,
though. Yeah,
I'm all for
right,
the
right.
more the merrier.
right.
And
Right.
But it is difficult when you're a teacher and you're trying to go over classroom expectations and classroom rules, and you got little Joey looking in, waving.
Yeah. Well, it's like
tough.
faculty meetings. If they had like food, like once in a while they'll have like soft pretzel.
At a
That made my
faculty-
day.
yeah,
That made my
would-
whole day right there. Like any food at all. I don't care if it's
so.
old pretzels. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so a lot of the schools are doing these
Yeah, that's a
family
good- yeah.
engagement night. I guess what? Look,
Yeah.
schools are supposed to be an
Yeah.
opening place
Yeah.
for everybody to come.
Right. But the
But
food's a
Jeff-
good draw. That's a good draw.
I love when you met a parent. And
Yeah.
their first word was, "I hated school."
Yeah. Everybody hates math.
Yeah, and they would
Everybody,
come in
I
and
hate
say,
math.
Oh yeah, I hated. I went to this school and I hated it.
Yeah. I'm like,
Let's not go there. Please don't tell your parents. Okay, I mean, please don't tell your
scare
students.
kids. Yeah.
Don't let them know that. But of course,
They do.
they
I've had a couple of parents. I had you, Mr. Richard. I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, like 20 years ago. They're like
That-
25, 20.
That's happened.
That's
I've
cool.
actually had.
I've had a couple, man.
I've had-
lately.
I've had.
Yeah, my mom had you in class.
Yeah, students.
My dad had you.
I guess I could be working on a grandchild. That would have been a tough
Maybe
one. That would have
that's a
been
tough one.
All right, we got one last one, and this is keep it. What does it say here?
Professional.
Oh yeah, keep it professional.
Kind
and
of
I
a general term
It's
there.
kind of a general term, okay? And sometimes you try to keep it professional,
Yeah.
not necessarily
Right.
right. Or you get a parent who like talks to you, and you get the wrong idea, like maybe there's something going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I have a story here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Back to
Some things
school
just
night,
take you a lot.
yeah,
You're
back
right.
to school night, and I don't know. I can't tell you exactly the parent who did this, but
Doesn't matter. Could be any parent.
could be any parent.
Could be anybody.
But after back to school night, next day, I had flowers sent to
Whoa.
the office. Mr. McHugh, can you
What?
come down to the main office?
Whoa.
There are flowers here. And I was like,
I didn't order
Oh.
flowers.
I guess my wife maybe
Yeah.
sent me some flowers.
Yeah.
So, like, oh, let me go down. It wasn't my
that's nice.
birthday.
That's so
It
nice.
wasn't my anniversary. Nothing.
Nothing.
I go down to the main office. There's some flowers, beautiful flowers, and a little card that says, maybe next year you'll be mine. And I was like,
Was it Valentine's Day?
it wasn't Valentine's Day. I'm not even sure. So,
It was Tuesday.
so of course, I called my wife and I said,
Yeah.
"Did you send me flowers?" She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I don't know. There's flowers in the main office. and there's no signature.
Uh-huh.
It just says maybe next year you'll be mine.
Uh-huh.
And well, I said, well, who sent them to you? I'm like, I don't know who sent them to me. She goes, well, what florist? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It says, you know,
I don't know.
has a
ABC
florist,
florist.
ABC
or
florist.
something.
And she says, well, you better call them and find out who sent them. I'm like,
Okay.
okay, I guess. So I called the florist. I said, I got some flowers. They told me they weren't allowed to give out
Anonymous.
Anonymous. I was like,
A
you
secret
can't-
admirer.
You can't give me the name. So evidently, back to school night.
There's a florist customer relationship
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
lawyer.
What's that called?
I think
I can't-
client
client
privilege.
privilege, right? So anyhow,
It's a florist customer
so
privilege.
I guess I was
Uh-huh.
what's the word I'm looking for?
It was back in the younger days.
Quite back
Was
in
it?
the
Ah. It'd be impressive if it was like last year. That'd be
it was
awesome.
back in the
Yeah.
it was quite a
Back in the heyday.
quite a long time ago. But I guess
Yeah.
I really
Made impression.
made an impression
Yeah.
on one of my parents.
Well, at least one parent. Yeah.
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 What about you?
I guess something similar to that. Didn't really go as smooth as that. I had, we fill out the schedules, and then, they sent an email. Hey, don't forget, remind your students tonight's back to school night or open house. And I'm like, okay. So I would ask each class, hey, how many kids, how many of your parents or guardians are coming tonight? Raise your hand. And then, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Some kid, I'm not sure, you get that. So I had this one class. This was like 8th or 9th grade. So just to set the scene here. So I asked them, I go, hey, how many are coming? And a couple raised their hand. And the one kid yells out across the room like, hey, Justin, is your mom coming tonight? And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, my mom's coming. And I was like, what's that about? And he's like, oh, Mr. Richard, he's got a good-looking mom, man. She's really good-looking. And I'm like, what? And he goes, and this other kid chimes in. He's like, yeah, I see her. She's good-looking, Mr. Richard. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, back to school. I'll look for her, I guess. I don't know. I never met her before. So anyway, he's like, why don't you ask her out when she's here tonight? And I go, what? I go, I'm not asking Justin's mom out. I go, first of all, I don't even know her. Two, I think it's like inappropriate, because it's kind of awkward for this. It'd be really awkward for the student.
I don't even know. Look, I don't even know. Technically,
I don't know
can we
because
date a parent?
I don't know. That's
right.
I was thinking about that.
Okay.
So they're like, I said, well, that'd be really awkward for Justin, And the kid's like, hey, Justin, do you mind if Mr. Richard dates your mom? And he's like, nah, I don't care what he does, whatever. So I'm like, no, I don't. It doesn't matter if Justin wants to or not. So anyway, finally, things are calming down. I'm like, let's get out the homework. Stop goofing around about this. So this kid walks in late, comes in with a pass, and I was like, oh, thanks. I said, hey, by the way, your parent or guardian's coming back to school night. And he's like, yeah, I think they're coming. The kid turns again and goes, hey, Justin's mom's coming tonight. He's like, oh, she's really good looking. I go, all right, forget the Justin's mom again. I don't want to hear about Justin's mom. So anyway, that night, I kind of forgot about it. And you're in the hallway, trying to direct parents.
Direct parents. Oh,
They don't know where to go. So people are coming in. Hi, I'm Tommy's mom. I'm like, okay. So all of a sudden, this woman comes around the corner, and I was like, whoa. I was like, oh, I think it's Justin's mom. So she comes out very nice. She's like, hi, how you doing? I'm Justin's mom. I'm like, oh, you are? Okay. And I'm trying not to laugh. I'm like, just go ahead and have a seat. So we go through the presentation. And then next thing in class, I'd say, hey, it was great to see your parents and guardians last night. They came. That was great. Well, of course, I think it was 4th period. I don't know why I remember it. But they walk in. I was like, hey, guys, it was nice to meet your parents and all. And we'll get, yeah, I'm Justin's mom, man. Which I go, yeah, she's attractive, And the kid's like, attractive? Dude, she's hot, man. And I'm like, all right, would you stop it with Justin's mom? So I was like, yeah, I think she was here. The kid's like, she was here. So anyway, but I was thinking it too. Like, I don't know. What did they teach us in induction, first year induction? Did they go over that?
I don't know. It's been a long time. It's been 35 years ago.
34.
Yeah, 34.
35 years ago. You're right. Yeah.
I know.
So
make sure you keep it professional.
I know.
You always think kids say the darndest things,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So like,
and they tell you some things that get said at home.
Yeah,
you're like, whoa.
Right. And
so anyway, which is fine.
Yeah, just keep it professional.
Or
I think we went over think we went over quite a bit.
Yeah, I
Any,
think we
you
covered a
know,
lot there. So I don't know. Not much.
not much else.
Back to school night goes quick for me. I mean, 7 minutes. Like I can.
Yeah,
barely
it goes
get done.
really quick.
Elementary, I think, is a little tougher because you know what I mean. You have the kids most
I have
of the day.
teaching at the high school for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
It went pretty fast.
Yeah.
At the high school.
But I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's nice.
All right.
You know,
You ever get anybody confused about you? Like, kids ever get confused or tell their parents?
Yeah, I had the one. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, back to school nights. One night, like I wear a suit and tie. One a few times.
Okay.
That like awards night
All
at the
right.
end of the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, parents were coming in. And,
So people at home, picture Jim with a black
white shirt, black jacket,
and a shirt and tie.
button down.
If you can picture that, now
you might get it.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, so the parents are there, and you said parents come up and talk to you at the end, and just to say hi. So this woman comes up, she's kind of was laughing. I'm like, "Hi, how you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I'm so and so's mom." I'm like, "Oh," she goes, "You really do look like Jay Leno," and I'm like,
Wait.
"What?"
Really?
Yeah, that's the only thing she said, and I go, "Oh, okay," and she goes, "That's the reason I came." He said, "Make sure you go to Mr. Richards."
Why would she think you look like Jay Leno?
Well, I do.
No.
I don't know, especially with the suit on.
The
It's
suit and
bad.
tie. Yeah.
If I go to a wedding,
People at home, picture that.
weddings are
Weddings.
brutal because people start drinking and like after the reception, it's like, they're like, it's just fun. It's nice, and he's a nice guy. So
Who?
Jay Leno.
He's
a real nice
how would
guy.
you know Jay Leno's a good guy?
I went on the show. Like
What?
10, 15 years ago?
You went
10
on the
years ago?
show
Yeah, they had a lookalike contest.
for
Jay
who?
Leno. For Jay Leno.
Wait,
The Jay Leno lookalike
they had it
contest.
on the Tonight Show.
On the Tonight Show. Yeah.
And
So
you-
they flew us out
and
there.
you got invited?
Yes, I got invited. My friend Don saw it on the internet, sent in a picture, and so he was like the coordinator. So he went out with me, and they had, I think it was 8 people on there. So
Wow.
it is on YouTube.
It's on
People
YouTube?
yeah, just type in
So
Jay Leno lookalike
Jay Leno.
contest.
Hey, that's another. Maybe we could post that on our page.
If you want, yeah, it wasn't on there for the longest
Yeah,
time.
I'll look and see if I can post on our. But if you
yeah.
want to check out YouTube,
Right. So I showed the kids at the end of the school year, or like right before Christmas, maybe.
okay.
I said, if you guys are good, I'll bring in the DVD. I
So
had it on DVD.
did you win the contest?
No, I did not.
You did.
No, I didn't.
It was
win.
somebody who looked more like Jay Leno.
Yes, the
Wow.
young kid I think won. Kyle won.
Oh, wow.
But if you see it, you'll get the gist of it.
All right.
It wasn't. There was no money on the line.
No money.
No money.
Was
I don't
it
think there was.
Was it a free trip?
Yes, free trip,
Oh, that's
airfare.
nice.
The Hilton, Universal Hilton was right
Wow.
next door. Yeah, so it was just fun too because the local news came to my school and put that on. So
Wow.
people are always like, "Hey,
Little
lady at the
celebrities.
airport." I remember she's like looking at me and laughing. She goes, "I know you," and I'm like, "What?" And then she goes, "You're the teacher." I go, "Yeah, I'm the teacher. Yeah, I know what you're talking about."
Yeah, that's
she goes,
right.
"I saw you on TV
Listen,
today."
It's something I think I've heard many times, quite a few times when we're drinking,
Yeah,
and we get the whole Jay Leno,
I know.
Jay Leno.
Just a shout out.
Just a shout out.
Not me, just people yelling.
All right. Well, Jim,
Okay.
that's our third podcast.
Okay, that's it, man.
I think we covered a lot of open house things tonight.
Yep. I think it's timely.
But teachers
yeah.
out there,
Yeah.
homecoming should be at your school maybe
Right.
in a week.
Football
2
game,
weeks.
yeah.
It's a nice thing for most high schools to have homecoming. I know our school.
Yeah,
big
come back for
homecoming
a
night.
weekend,
Yeah,
football game.
Usually alumni games.
Yeah,
and things
alumni
like
game.
that.
Mhm.
All right. So listen,
Cool.
I hope you liked our third episode. Again, like, subscribe, and share, please.
The share's working.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
For our homecoming edition.
And you know what we have to say? Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.